Hello and welcome to this third session of Fallout from Modiphius. This is the 2D20 version, which came out recently. They had an earlier version of the Fallout RPG, which is more tactical. This is more in line with their whole universe of 2D20 systems. This is the third session. My name is Lowell. Pronouns, he, him. Just saying it again, slowly savoring those syllables right there. Hey, if you enjoy post-apocalyptic stuff, I have been moving all of my history of post-apocalyptic RPG lists over to ageofravensgames.com. I've got most of the 22-part series up on the thing. It goes up through, I think, 2019, from Metamorphosis Alpha at the start all the way up to that. If you want to see where all of this has come and gone, there's some interesting stuff in the headers about post-apocalyptic RPGs in general and the themes going throughout the decade. So if you're interested in that, worth checking out. So last time our characters leveled up. We did a little bit of that off screen, and they were traveling in the hopes of reaching Vault 33 to obtain a certain key element for the repairs of the Hypervic materials in their own home base. They had a couple of encounters along the way and a chance to scavenge. And at the end of last session, they came over the rise to see the settlement of Newfie and see like plumes of black smoke rising from places in the settlement. And that is where we are taking up today. Like the camera pans across, it's a settlement with perhaps a dozen buildings, clearly some ruins, and then things built on top of ruins and other things. There's that kind of scrub brush and trees with barren ground that you get as the kind of the beige landscape. Some equipment, clearly like water barrels and things to catch. Some of that has been knocked over. It looks like maybe a third to half of the buildings, the homes, whatever, have been destroyed and destroyed recently. But as the four of you plus Dogmeat are looking around, you definitely see that there are survivors that are moving around in the settlement. And I think if you're there, probably someone catches sight of the four of you, and there's probably some commotion as like somebody goes running off probably to tell somebody in charge. But you don't see that kind of like immediately grabbing for weapons or things like that. The people here look a little more like devastated. So I assume you're moving down into the settlement. Anything should I know about your approach or anything from anybody? I assume just kind of weapons out, usual stuff.
I would suggest to everybody that we like keep our hands away from our weapons. We want to show ourselves to be, non-aggressive.
Yeah, they've already seen us, so
Yeah. And do I remember correctly? We need to find someone that knows where Vault 33 is. Is that kind of our mission here? Okay.
You're coming here to see if people have information on Vault 33, on that. And as you approach, you can definitely see, like in the shadows of a couple of these buildings, there are some people there that are kind of hunkered down, that are kind of keeping back. I think you'll see the little bit of the kind of glow reflective that says to you that there are some ghouls here, they're kind of staying out of the direct sunlight a bit. But as you come down, you can see that the people are putting out some of the fires. It looks like one of the buildings has kind of collapsed and there's some people standing around it like they're trying to figure out what to do. Like There might be people trapped inside or underneath the rubble. There's some discussion of that. And you can see that other people are moving some corpses and stacking them up. But as you approach, you will see a couple of people come hustling down the road. You'll see a guy who is badly limping. He's got some kind of makeshift thing to keep himself going, and he definitely has the look of somebody who's in charge. And like he will hustle to the end. There are a couple of people behind him. You notice mostly women, children, and straggler folk here. And he'll say, "What's your business? What's your business?"
Not
Well,
entered the settlement yet, right? We're sort of approaching it.
Yeah, you're like maybe 20, 30 yards away when he kind of stops at the end of it and shouts that at you.
Well, we were here to do some trading, but it looks like you have some problems of your own. Is there any way we can help?
Do you have any wounded? I'll pull out my med bag. Like, I can help.
We have wounded. I don't know what we can pay for the treatment, but you can bargain with people on their own. There are a few people who are injured.
And Fizz will just start walking towards the gates at that.
Yeah, I'm walking forward going to, hey, out here, we always pay it forward.
We're trying to find some people. A couple of the buildings have collapsed, and right
I
now
can help move stuff.
Okay, and he'll gesture to one of the people, and this kid will come running over to you and kind of grab your hand and start pulling you towards this building that the people are around. And what do you do, Cole?
I'll say, my name's Cole. Well, what's your name to the guy that seems to be the leader?
He will say, I'm McCole.
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 Okay.
You can just call me Mick.
Who is it that attacked you?
He said the Celts came down, the tall men.
Is that someone we would know about?
Let's have you make a roll for me here.
Okay.
So this feels like what do we have as the appropriate thing here? What's our knowledge skill in this? We really don't have one, do we?
Maybe intelligence and survival.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay, so that's a big old 8. I'll use an action point. Sure.
Okay.
So I'll roll 3 dice. I'll roll these 3 purpley dice. I got 2.
2. You have heard of this group, but like at a distance, they're kind of mysterious. They have hit a number of settlements over the last decade. They are called the tall men because they are all very tall. And I think that you would know that sort of frighteningly, their leader is apparently like some people say he's permanently in power armor. Some people say it's a human head attached to a robot body. It's unclear. But they raid places and they take people. That's their modus operandi.
And they've taken some of your people with them, Mick, after they left?
Yes, they were here for hours picking and then took them and left good people that we can't afford to lose from here. So let me come to Fizz. Let's have you do kind of a medicine roll, sort of generally, to kind of assess your level of success here. I think the difficulty is a 1. And the more successes you get, essentially, the better impression you're going to make on the people here.
Um, sorry, I've somehow managed to completely forget all the rules for Fallout beyond the fact that I roll 2d20s. If I spend an AP, I may roll 1d20 on that test. I may already re-roll a d20 on my medic anyway, so I won't spend an AP, I will keep it. So,
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but I have just like completely blanked
That is okay.
everything that I've learned about Fallout in the last like few games.
I also have some medicine.
Okay, 6 and a 1.
So that's 3 successes.
Oh, 3 successes. I think that's the most successes I could get.
And actually, and what is your medicine skill?
My medicine skill is 5 plus my int, so it's a total of.
Yeah. I was just
12.
making sure that the 6 wasn't 2 successes. So 3
But I have a
successes.
tag skill. It's a tag skill, so I've rolled a
Exactly.
1
If it had been
below
a
my
5
test.
or less, then it would have been 2 successes on that other one. But
Okay.
right now it's you've got 2 successes for the 1 and 1 success for the 6.
I could re-roll the 1 and hope for less than 5, right? That would be
The
what
1 is already 2 successes. You're already critting on that. You could re-roll the 6 and maybe lose a success or maybe get 2 successes.
Yeah. The odds are that I would get at least 1 success, isn't it? Because it's a 12 is what I'm aiming for.
Absolutely. The odds are in your favor there. You should absolutely
I mean,
re-roll.
what's it you always say? I'm practically leaving money on the table if I don't, right?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
You're losing money not doing it.
Oh. At least I don't lose any money, but I come very close to it. I rolled an 11 rather than
Okay.
6.
So
I'll just say exactly the same.
we will see you go around. You can see that people have bruises. There are some broken bones. Nothing in the way of gunshots. It does look like there's some bladed stuff, and maybe in a couple cases like an electrified batons. You can see some of that kind of scorch and burn marks here. It definitely looks to you like these people are just slightly malnourished, kind of nervous and scared, but not particularly hostile to you.
In terms of the payment, so I'm not on an exclusive contract with anybody. I can offer my services anywhere. You know, we're all on the same team out here.
And I think that with that 3 successes, one of the guys will come over to where you're at, and he will say, "My name's Ustin. I run what's left of the shop. You come by later, and I'll give you a deal." Okay.
Thanks, Austin. Would you know who I could talk to about? I'm looking for somebody. Well, something. Would you know who might be good to talk to?
There's Mick, or Rat Franklin. Mick's the mayor, and Rat Franklin's a guy. He says
Rat
that
Franklin, I've never heard of him.
capital A, capital G, a guy, he says.
Yeah. Rat Franklin, huh? What a weird name. I've never heard of him before.
Yeah, he's a ghoul, but he's okay.
Ghoul. Oh, wow. I've never spoken to a ghoul before.
Oh, we've got there's some good folk that help out that we kind of watch over. They, yeah. Well, I'll get you introduced in a bit.
Thanks. That'd be real helpful. I mean, just was it the Celts did this to you?
Oh, yeah.
These raiders?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't, but I'm not seeing any. No one's. Did everyone who got shot die?
The ones that they bothered to shoot, they shot to kill. And after they did the tests, they dragged the others away.
The tests.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Yes.
president's test?
He goes, they did something they called the physical. They made him
The
run in
physical.
place. They made him jump up and down. They weighed them. They measured their height. It was, it lasted forever. And so, like some of the people who were healthy that didn't do as well, that's the ones they shot. And they took the others away.
It's, I think, flashes back to a very similar experience that
Yes.
everybody in Vault 44 goes through.
Exactly.
Without the getting lined up against the wall and shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me cut away from you there.
Sure.
Derek, Hype, you indicated you can try and help with this rescue effort. Does that seem right?
Yeah, well, I can help with the rescue. I have skill-wise, I have both medicine and repair, which feels like it might be useful in rescue. But repair is a tag skill, medicine is not.
Yeah. So what do you think you want to be trying to do? Are you trying to find survivors? Are you trying to pull like steady the buildings that might be falling over? Are
Well, I'm
you
trying to get people trapped in buildings out.
okay? So I think maybe it seems appropriate to actually do this. Make a suggestion here.
Actually, I have a great idea.
Okay.
Dog meat. Find where survivors are.
Perfect. Exactly. So
dog.
let's have you do that. Now, dog meat generally gives you a bonus to your checks,
Perception.
right?
Yeah, gives me a bonus perception.
Okay. So let's have you make perception plus science
Okay.
to locate people.
Okay. Dog meat reduces the difficulty of all perception tasks by 1.
Okay, so we'll go down to a difficulty of 1.
Okay, so my perception is 7, and you said what was the other one?
Science, I think, is appropriate here.
A science. That's actually a tag skill of mine. So that's 3. That's a total of 10. I'm going to roll the 2 green ones here. And we get a 6 and a 16. That's 1 success.
So 1 success. So
wait, I'm wearing a lab coat, so I'm going to roll the 16.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
1.
Look at that. 3 successes. So you've got
1. It's science. It's a tag skill, and a 1's below my skill. Doesn't make it 4.
So you've got 3 successes, 1 for the 6 and 2 for the 1. So that's 3 successes. Not 4. Yeah.
Okay.
If you had rolled because your science is a 3, if you had rolled a 3 or less on the 6 instead of the 6, you would have also gotten doubles. So right now you're at 3 successes.
Okay.
So you've got 2 AP.
Okay.
Do you want to put that in the pool right now? Do you want to hang on to that? Do you want to do something with that? Like ask a question or something? Right now you've established a place, like you and Dogmeat have found a spot for them to start moving and digging things, which is now Hype's turn.
I'll hang on to 1 for now and put the other one in the pool in case Hype needs it.
Okay. All right. Hype, Dogmeat, you kind of following behind. I mean, because you've never really seen a dog in action, right?
Why they roll over and you pet their belly and stuff. But yeah, he seems like he's super useful here.
Yeah, Dogmeat goes around to looks and then starts pawing at one section of the place to indicate that there's maybe some people underneath there.
Okay, he's over there, and he'll Hype moves in and is going to try to find some purchase and try to lift away some of these pieces of rubble to see if we can find someone underneath. He's careful though, because he doesn't want to just shift rock and everything fall down. He's played this game where you like pull out and then stuck and fall. It was one of the the mental acuity tests that he did reasonably well. He was pretty proud. Actually did better than Keiko.
Oh, gasp. So let's do this as strength plus athletics.
Okay, let's do that. Strength plus athletics from me is pretty good. Athletics is a tag skill. My target number is an 11.
11
So I'm
and
gonna-
4 or less is 2 successes.
Correct. I'm going to be re-rolling the purples in the upper left-hand corner. Here we go. They go from 11 and 1 to a. Oh, I really care about this. I think I'm going to burn one of those action points.
Okay.
Yeah, because I only have 2 luck points, and
That's
so
true.
I'll bring this 18 up, and that will be the third die that I'll roll. Here we go. Okay, 2 successes,
2
no
successes.
criticals.
So you will get that purchase, lift up, kind of move things aside there. There's probably a moment there that you're like trying to keep the balance on it. You push it aside, and you will find that there are a couple of mother and a son kind of buried there under the rubble, and you'll be able to get that cleared and haul them out of there. And they are freaked out. They have some minor injuries that Fizz can tend to. And the mother will look at you and will say, Keiko? Like you
What?
you look like Keiko.
Oh, that's my sister.
You should
Is
talk.
she here?
You should talk to Mick. You should talk to Mick.
Okay.
I
He'll
didn't
look
see
around
what
for
hap-
Mick and then run.
Okay. So Cole, you're over there talking to Mick. He's like, yeah, and then Hype comes running over, Naruto run, and it's suddenly over there, and it maybe a little too suddenly for Mick, who kind of okay. What do you say, Hype?
Keiko, my sister, Keiko, she's here? Where is she?
You're Keiko's brother?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Uh,
I'm Hype. I'm sure she's mentioned me.
anyway, she and her fiance were taken.
That makes sense. Where did they go?
And it kind of gestures sort of the road, because we had, I mean, they left hours ago, and we've been picking up the pieces since.
They were taken by the tall men.
Yes,
Hmm.
they passed the physical.
Just by chance, would it happen to be that these tall men live in a place called a vault? You ever heard of a vault before?
I don't know. We've heard of the vaults. They're legendary, but I don't know where they come from.
Hmm.
They've struck around this area, but this is the first time that they've hit us. It's unusual.
Hmm. Okay. Who would know like the area the best, that's still, here in the village?
Rat Franklin,
Yeah.
and it kind of makes a face. And there are a few others that travel around and scavenge. You might consider speaking with, and he kind of hesitates, with Norbert. He's at least not a ghoul, but he goes out on walkabout a lot, so he knows the territory here. But he's a little skittish.
Okay. So maybe I'll pull the group together if they're all done doing their tasks and say, I think we need to go talk to Rat Franklin. And these guys are racist.
We really, what if we lose them? We should go.
We'll go real soon, but we need to get a little more information first.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And if the four of you ask around, eventually you'll be directed to one of these buildings that's semi-ruins, but there is a like a fairly reinforced door that's been covered by dirt that people will say Rat Franklin and his folk are down in the basement there. And kind of open up this metal door in the ground, and you can see down, and there's some lights in there, and there's that kind of sound of metal steps as you go down, and you will see that there's a fairly large concrete room. It looks like there's another door off from it, and there's some stuff that's stored there, like a little bar table, maybe some like horrific microbrews, or what would count as microbrews for these people, and this ghoul in a hoodie who is, has heard the sound of this opening up and is kind of standing there with a looks like a makeshift rifle, and he sees you all coming down, and he's like, can I help you?
I'll offer him a bottle of Electrovic, and I'll say, we heard that Rat Franklin was here. We'd like to speak with him if we may.
He, I'm Brett. He's the color on that is that radioactive?
Hope not.
No, that's not radioactive. It's got everything that you need. It's got electrolytes, it's got vitamins, it's got nutritions. It's got the 5-point program to make you a powerhouse. Oh, reaches
Oh,
over.
that is Oh,
Don't you feel better already? Don't you feel energized? Don't you feel like you could go for glory?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but that stuff's good, because I'm Rat Franklin. Who
Oh.
are you with the tall men? Is that what is going on?
Paul. Traveling Paul.
I know Traveling Paul.
Yeah,
What did Traveling
like-
Paul say about me?
nothing but good things.
Good. Let's keep it all that way. I'd be very
Yeah.
happy if only good things are said about me. I would be
Yeah,
very happy with that.
he said good things about Rat Franklin. He said good things like that Rat Franklin owed Traveling Paul a favor.
I think Cole, Fizz, we see the two of you kind of working the speech angle here. So maybe I have one of you roll and the other assist. Does that seem fair?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think number wise, I should probably lead the way in this role.
Yeah.
5 plus 7 is 12. And
So you roll
then-
2d10, and Fizz, you'll roll 1d10.
Okay,
20.
I'll roll these two bluish ones.
D20s, right? Low.
Yep.
Uh,
20, sorry.
You know what? I want this to work well. Let's use that. I'm gonna give you an action point, Lowell.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 3 dice. These 3, the 2 blue and a purple. 12 or less. There's 1, 2, 3 successes, and then 1 from Fizz. There's another 1. 4 successes.
Yeah, I roll a 2. Yeah, I roll a 2. So
4 successes. He goes, and I'm going to assume you want to pour your action points into getting the best possible result from this.
Absolutely.
He goes, I know where they came from.
Is
And
it a vault?
he looks around, he goes, kind of shakes his things. Don't don't say that word. You don't want to give it away to people. But yeah, there's a vault. And I know a way in.
You've been there?
Yeah. I had a
You've seen them
pal.
play
Yeah.
basketball?
They do these weird things there. But yeah, I had a pal. He and I went in and found an access point, and we used to go in, and we were careful. We never took too much, but we took some. And we saw what they were doing. My friend got caught not too long ago. But I made it out, but I don't think he would have given up the way in. He's made it tougher stuff than that. He might have given up the settlement, but he's like forward thinking. Like he thinks forward in time. So says, what's it worth to you?
What if we bring back your friend, in exchange for this information?
But then I got 2 mouths to feed, and I don't have anything else extra. So maybe we can talk a little more.
What if we, not just your friend, we bring your friend back, you got under the mouth to feed and to water. But if we bring back the glorious nutritional masterpiece of Electrovic, and of course, then you'll both be strong, healthy. I mean, it'll probably clear up your skin, make you see better. It's got all got wonderful properties. And also, you live here, they live there. They're going to they might come back and they might burn down your stuff again. I mean, really, we're just helping each other out here. And, that's what Paul tells me about you, is that you like to help other people out.
Okay. But like, I want like a cut of whatever, like things you might bring out, like salvage. And in exchange, I'll keep watch if you go in.
Deal. You're coming with us and you're going to keep watch. You can get a cut of whatever we take out of there. But I do want to talk with you about exclusive sponsorship, merchandising rights, perhaps in a future arrangement. Between my settlement and your settlement, we're going to need a local vendor here.
Oh yeah, because it is my settlement. You got that right. Like everybody knows me, and I'm in charge. Yeah.
Oh well, no, clearly Mick's in charge. He's the coach.
Mick handles the surface stuff.
He's the coach.
He's the coach. You're the nutritionist. You're the sportsman. You're the quartermaster. You're the guy who gets things for people, right?
He's nodding. I think there is that bit that you guys have been down here in this room with a Rat Franklin long enough that I think at this point the ghoul smell has probably built up significantly. Like you're feeling like it's in your clothing now at this point. And he's like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
And as we talk, Fizz, of course, lights a cigarette.
He says, but
has Hype seen Fizz smoke before?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a free cat thing, and I was like, look, it's a stimulant.
That's right.
Hype. Yeah. You wouldn't understand.
He says, it's late. We don't want to be crossing the 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 waste at night. Lots of things come out. But you know, I will take you in the morning. Hype?
Morning. That's forever. No, we should go right now. If we go quick, we can make it, right?
No, it's a couple of hours at least.
Maybe for you.
Yeah.
I've run sevens.
I don't know what that means,
7-minute miles. No problem. Full gear. No problem.
but I don't.
Looks over to Fizz, who's basically the de facto coach.
I think this game plan's going to need some patience, Hype. I think that you could carry Franklin here and make it across, but you know, I'm worried about Derek. I don't think he'd keep up.
Yeah, those stubby little legs. Longman. Huh.
Hey, wait a minute. I was muted.
And
I'm
I'm like,
just mad. He's being,
and I'm
he's
like
being an
exaggerated
asshole for the
wink at
first time.
I can keep
exaggerated
up.
wink at Derek as I say that. Oh, but Cole, how old bullet wound, right? Like you'd never make it.
Right. I think Kiko will be okay. I mean, they took, it sounds like they took them because they're healthy, so they're probably making them work or something. They're not killing them. So, you know,
Yeah,
I think she'll be okay until morning.
She passed the physical,
Exactly.
so they must want her for her team, right? This is like a you know, like a hostile recruitment. You know,
Mhm.
we're gonna get a back Hype.
I'm probably going to hurt a lot of those guys.
Yeah, you probably are.
You've got
You'll
our
see.
You've got our support on that.
Rat Franklin kind of gets excited. Oh, you're going to hurt some of them? Oh, great. Good. Says, you all should go up. Mickle, I'm sure, set you up. You know, if the tavern's still intact, put you up. But like, I got to eat, and you don't want to be here for that.
Okay. We'll leave him the electric bottle.
Sniffs at it again.
So on the way out, I'll say to these guys, I mean, we need Rat Franklin to show us where this vault is, but I don't trust them. Keep your eyes open.
I mean, I think we can trust him as long as it's in his interests. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
like he wants to win too. You know, he wants these deals. He wants the rep. He wants to be a person. You know, like a big player here, and we can make that happen.
Or if it works for him, he can turn us into the tall man and, you know, I figure he's gonna play the angles. So just be careful with Rat Franklin, everybody.
I mean, Paul vouched for him. Paul's a stand-up guy. Probably as we cut to Paul fanning himself in the pools of bottle caps that he's made from skimming off the top of all the deals that he makes.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I did put pictures of Rat Franklin and Mick in the keeper there. Let's do this. Let's take our break here,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and we'll kind of do like what the overnight looks like, any kind of bartering or interaction with other NPCs or PCs, and get that all figured out. So we'll take 10. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So I think we have the scene of you coming up out of the ghoul, little holding there. It's getting on dusk. We can see the red sun setting in the distance. There's a little bit coming through the smoke. It's getting dim. You can see that they are burying the bodies in some cases. You can see that they're pulling off a few people who look like maybe they were travelers or outsiders, and they're setting those bodies off to the side and not burying them. And you should see them like kind of getting things settled. It looks like there is a tavern, there is a shop. Mick comes over to you. You know, he's grateful. He says, you know, if you want to crash, there's rooms in the second floor of the tavern. You can stay there, put your bedrolls up there. We'll station guards to give a shout if there's alarms, but you know, we'll take care of you. And the first round of drinks is on me at the bar. But yeah, Dennis or Derek.
Just a quick
Yeah.
thing. Did we get all of the people out of buildings and all the people?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like I would imagine that the montage of that is you've gotten the people out, people have been rescued, people have been medically treated. There are still some people that probably set up one of the intact buildings as kind of a hospital shelter building for the injured. And right now it looks like they're kind of going through the rubble. They've gotten what food and supplies and things they can, and now they're catching their breath. Like after this thing, they're probably in total between the ghouls and the non-ghouls that are here, they're probably like 30, 40 people in this settlement who are still around. So let's kind of do a once around, check in with people about a scene you'd like to call with an NPC or with another PC, or just to kind of montage. So Fizz, what do you want to do?
Austin, was it? The guy,
Ustin,
the
yes.
shop owner? Ustin, sorry.
Yeah.
Ustin. Sometimes though, with your accent, I just have to wonder.
I know. Well, my Hoosier accent has been critiqued
Yeah, exactly,
in the
yeah.
past. Root, settler.
Anyway, settler. Yeah, I go hang out with Ustin because he said he might be able to hook us up with stuff, and I think that I know Hype's got his tomahawks, and we've got that that neurotoxin that we can put on there, and I've got this sweet plasma rifle now. But like, if we're gonna take on a whole vault, maybe it'd be good to have as much gear as possible.
So you will track down Ustin, and the thing is, when you first go up, you're like, "Oh, is this another ghoul?" And you realize, like, when you get to him, he's not a ghoul. He's lost his nose. Got it cut off at some point. He's got lots of scars on him. He's missing an eye. I've got a picture of him there in the keeper there, and he's like, you're the doctor, right? You're the doctor lady.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the doctor lady. Sorry, I wasn't here earlier, I guess.
Oh, you would have gotten, if you'd been here when they were here, they would have taken you away. You look fit.
Well, thank you.
So you want me
That
to
might mean something different in English than English than does in American English.
Yeah. No, there's a double entendre there. So it says you want to you want me to open up the store?
Yeah, well, didn't I meet him when I was patching people up, and he offered to?
Yeah. I can open it up for you. Yeah.
You said like, I did use some of my supplies helping people here, and I'm totally fine with that. But I could. How do you feel about the tall men, Houston?
Not fond of the tall men.
Not fond of the tall men. You'd like to see them brought down to size, maybe? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah. Cut off at the knees.
Yeah. Let's just say, like, you can repay my favor that I did earlier, but really, I'm here to help you. So help me.
And he said, no. I'm a shopkeep. I'm
You,
here to
and
help
we can
you.
trade on that basis. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here to help
Oh
you.
yeah.
But
I'm just saying.
I got to make a living as well.
Of course, we've all got to. We've all got our targets, our goals, our things, our key performance indicators that we have to hit before we're gonna get through. I don't know the sporting term for that. That was terrible. I apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
He'll take you
let's
over.
go.
Yeah.
hmm
Take you over to a reinforced building, kind of goes in. It looks like nothing. It's just like rubble and stuff, but you will see him move some things aside and pull up some like floor panels and things and kind of expose like his goods and equipment there. What is it that you want, Fizz?
So I have 2 stim packs. I have 11 shots. I have some armor. What I want is for us to go as tooled up as possible. Can we get hold of any grenades, for example? Do you know? I know a guy who's got a really good pitching arm. So I mean, can I just ask?
Yeah.
The other players are on a meta level, like what is it that you think would be the thing that you guys would need? Because in honesty, I've got a sick medical score and I've got a gun, right? So I only would really need the ammunition for the gun, but the hand grenades is my first idea. Anyone got anything that jumps out to them as the stuff they might need? No, nope. Okay, then like we could do with well, there's probably more of the tall men than there are of us. But like what really levels the playing field, and we discovered this early on, is high explosives. High explosives really level the playing field.
No, I get you. I do have some baseball grenades.
And like, I think that, you see the sort of like those 2 ideas merging in Fizz's head, and it's like the light of epiphany shining upon her, like baseball grenades. Of course, the holy weapons, the holy hand grenades of Antioch.
He says, now, normally I charge 40 caps for a baseball grenade, but I'll give you like, I'll chop 10% off the top. So we're down to, does this with his fingers, 36 per grenade.
36 per grenade. Okay.
You want to
I
roll
will
barter?
trade you. Yeah.
Let's start with
Let's roll
that first.
Okay. Barter. It's not a thing. I have a 1, but it's a 7 that I'm aiming to go for. I will give you an AP, Flo.
Oh, I appreciate me building up this stockpile of AP here.
I know. I thought you would do. That's 1 success, I think. Yeah, 1 success.
Which one did you roll? Did you get a 1?
Yeah, I got a 1. Yeah.
That's 2 successes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's not a tag skill, just to be clear.
Yeah, you always get 2 successes on a 1.
Okay.
Let me quickly look at the skill notes for the barter here, because there's a formula for it. It's in the barter section. Haggling. So another 10% more favorable.
Okay.
So it says I can do 32 value worth of 32 caps per grenade.
Okay. Well, I have this Stimpack diffuser that I found. Really good piece of medical kit. It'll help someone who doesn't know what they're doing heal multiple people at once. Next time the tall guys, I reckon it would sell for, I've read listed prices of 200 caps.
200
can get up in the books.
Is it 200 caps?
200 caps in the book, yeah. I know that the actual value is dependent upon
Right,
fact,
but
it's-
let's,
but that's what
we're
it's
taking
listed
the
as.
strict value. 200 caps, he's like. That's
Real
pretty
high-end
good.
piece of gear. Yeah, pre-war.
That's. How about you give me that stim pack and I'll give you. Because you got that, so 10% more. I'll give you 7 baseball grenades. That's all I've got.
I think that's a great deal, Houston. Do you have any more fusion cells by any chance?
Fusion cells. Nice. Go do me a favor and roll me a d20.
Do-do-do. 18.
18. He said, I don't have any kind of energy weapon stuff.
Oh, it was a long shot, but okay. I actually don't think there's any point in me buying more 10mm rounds because I do not have any. Oh, look! Can I spend luck to change that? To
If
reroll
you
that?
spend luck, then yes, he does have fusion cells.
Yes, I'd like to spend a point of luck. Thank you, Rich, for reminding me.
Okay.
'Cause I would really like some more fusion cells.
Let me see. Let me look up ammunition here.
I wish that this book had like all the tables in one place for the inventory rather than it divided by like every category.
I know, and not particularly clear.
No, 'cause it's also divided into like subsections of each type of like armor and weapon and blah blah blah, and it takes forever in a PDF to go through.
Okay. So we say that fusion cells are there. Do me a favor and roll me 7 of the d6s. 1,
Okay,
2, 3, 4.
I rolled
5,
everything but the last one
6.
basically.
So he says, I've got up to 20 fusion cells.
Okay,
Cost you 3 apiece.
3 apiece. So we're looking at 60 for the whole lot, right?
Yeah.
If I trade how much does a baton go for? Probably not 60.
No.
Baton goes for 15.
I'll give you 5 cells for the baton.
Yeah. I'll trade out the baton and I will the multi-tool, so I don't know how much the multi-tool's worth. I can't even do Control F because it just breaks the PDF.
I know.
I apologize for this.
No. This is the most equipment, find equipment. Ready. Armor for
multi-tool.
dogs.
What are you looking for?
Multi-tool's a 100. Multi-tool's
Multi-tool. Okay.
100 actually.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll just trade up the multi-tool flat for all of his 20
Absolutely.
cells, and we won't quibble over the extra caps.
Okay.
Because
We'll figure there's some extra caps later round, but so
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, if you trade the motor tool, let's just do it straight. Take the 20 cells, and then you've got 40 caps left.
oh sweet.
Okay.
I'll take that. Everyone got a stim pack? No, only me and thingy. We got Buff out, we got Jet.
Let me
I
move on to
think
some.
we're good.
Let me come back to you in case
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a try to do another
I-
check-in. But
yeah,
let me roll
I
around.
think I'm good though. I think I'm good.
Hype. What do you want to do for your scene here? It's night. Your sister's gone. Someone mentioned a fiance. You're kind of nervous. Though you do see Fizz is getting these baseball grenades for you. There are
Oh,
some
that's
other
exciting.
civilians around in this place. Who do you want to? What do you want to do? Who do you want to talk to?
I hate to be this guy, but I really want to put my character would do, guys. No, I think Hype. We see like a musical montage of Hype with that basketball for dummies, and he's just studying. He's running plays. He like sets up some basket, and maybe he's got a ball. He's just doing the poor man's basketball training because he just knows it's coming. He knows how they'll work.
And you will, you're doing that, and after a bit, you will see this woman, like from the tavern. You kind of see her kind of come out, and she walks over to where you are, and she goes, "Not sure you should be doing that with the ball there."
It sounds gross, but it's called dribbling. It's what the book says.
Um, you can read?
Yes.
She looks at you like this is a wonder. Really?
My father taught me before he sold me into slavery to raiders, he says, reciting something that Cole had told him once.
Okay. It's just I know the tall men.
This is
They-
what they do, right?
They carry those with them when they're standing around. While they're making their decision, they'll get real quiet, and then they start doing this bounce, 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 and it just gets louder and louder, and then like they make a decision and they shoot somebody.
Oh. Okay. That's good.
That's
It's
not
to know.
good. That's not
No,
good.
it's good to know.
Oh,
I'm going to beat them.
really?
Well, teams are 5 apiece, and I don't know if I can count on my teammates, but I think maybe Keiko can play on my team.
Oh, Keiko.
Yes. He started to say she's my sister, and then he realized he said the slavery raiders story. So he said yes, I know her. Tell me about her fiance. Is he good to her?
He's decent.
Decent. What do you mean? Is she happy?
Yeah, she seems happy. Yeah, it's just like, how do I put this in a way? Like, he's a little like you. He like clearly keeps himself, like spends a lot of time keeping himself clean,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot of work.
It's not that much. What is he, other than clean? Is he Keiko's age? I'm now wondering, did someone else leave the vault with my sister?
Yeah. What I understood was that when she was out traveling, and she comes from some weird like cult, that's what she always described it as, some kind of crazy cult. That she got away from them, and she was out and got injured, and it was at that point that Dombrowski found her and rescued her and brought her back to the settlement.
That's good.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy. Wastelander, born and bred.
I'm glad she's
You
happy.
didn't have a crush on Keiko. This isn't like a whole love triangle thing.
No.
Okay. Because you could probably take Dombrowski if it came to that.
I know. But I
You
won.
okay?
I just, we've got to win. We've got to win. This vault, they have stuff we need.
This
and
what?
These tallmen, they have what we need. And man, I realize he's terrible at this.
Yes.
He just like there's a moment where he collects himself. This vault, the tallmen have what we need, and they've got Keiko and Dombrowski, and that's a lot. And if we have to play basketball, I'm gonna have to cheat.
You just like be careful.
You know, big team, little me. Yeah.
Because
Okay. Thanks. He goes over and claps her on the shoulder, like,
okay.
and he's back to
Uh,
training.
Her name is Missouri, and I put a picture of
that's a
her in the thing.
Killer name. Love it.
Derek, what are you up to during this? What scene do you want to do? What do we want to see of you during this evening and overnight?
If we're going to be going up against vault dwellers, I'm going to try to get some. I want to go to the trader and do some trading.
Okay. And he's glad to see us. Yes, I spoke with Fizz. We made some deals there. How can I help you?
Well, if we're going up against the longmen,
Tallman.
I tried to avoid raiders in my time, but we're going to go up against them because, well, Hype here, our friend, well, may not want everyone here knowing this, but Keiko is his sister. And
Sister.
yes, but it's just, you always pay it forward out here in the wastelands, and he's helped me, so I gotta go help him.
See him pause, and he goes, but Keiko's from. Okay. What is it you need?
Well, I hold up my pipe gun.
Uh-huh.
I need something more reliable than something I made myself.
I see.
It's something I can still maintain easy. You got like a 10 millimeter?
10 millimeter pistol. Interesting. He says, yeah, I can do that. I definitely do have one.
Well, maybe I can sell you this and the ammo I got for it. We can go towards that.
So the pipe gun you want to sell me? And
Yeah. Pipe gun's 30. It uses 38 ammo, which is 1 apiece. 10 millimeters 50, and its ammo is 2 apiece. But sweeten the deal a little bit here. I put my multi-tool down.
I would trade the. Yeah, okay, could do a pistol for that.
And as much ammo and a bunch of ammo.
Yeah, absolutely.
The multi-tool's worth 100, so it could easily cover all of that.
Oh yeah, it says
It says worth 160, but I'm assuming he's not going to give me full.
It'll say, I tell you what, I don't need the little pistol and its ammo. You can hang on and do that. Multi-tool, that I'll give you 10 millimeter and 30 rounds of ammo.
That sounds good.
Sound
I
good?
know that's overpriced, but that's good.
It works. I'm helping you out. What about you, Cole?
So I have this piece of gear I started with, a note advertising a job at a nearby settlement for 50 calves.
Okay.
I was thinking of pitching that. We see Cole, late at night, the others are sleeping. Maybe I'm on watch looking out a window, and maybe there's a burnt out farmhouse nearby, and I'm looking at it, and there's probably like a flashback of a similar farmhouse on fire, maybe some screaming. And I pull out these yellowed pieces of paper, and they're all like Old West, like, bounty hunter
Mhm.
page, and 3 of them are all scratched out with like charcoal, but there's one left, wanted dead or alive, and it's got a guy with 33 on his armor in the front. In fact, you have a picture in our
Absolutely.
NPCs. I was thinking of having it be this guy, and I look at it meaningfully for a moment.
And I think that Mick will say, kind of wanders by, because that's the Inquisitor.
Inquisitor. All right.
He was here. He's a right-hand man to the guy in power armor.
There you go. Finally, I found him.
He's got all these tools and things. He pokes and prods you.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
You gonna hunt him down?
That's right.
You be careful. I hear he's fast on the draw.
I'll take my chances.
And you see him pause, and he looks at you, and he goes, "This is more than just a job, isn't it?"
Yeah, it's personal.
Well, I won't pry more. Kind of nods, looks at you. You see him kind of sizing up, like, I don't know. He's kind of clearly doing that weighing. He doesn't know who he thinks would win in a fair fight between the two of you. It's okay. Okay. And I think there we get that overnight. You eat some of the food that they've got here for you. There's a little bit of sharing out of some of the Hypervic. I think the people here have never tasted anything like it, and that they're like, some of them are like fascinated, and some of them are like, well, this isn't Nuka-Cola. But fires are put down, people are rescued, you all get a good night's sleep. If you are down HP, I don't think anybody is. Everybody's back up at full, right? Okay. If we were doing the full sort of traveling and tracking, you would be satiated now, because there's a whole thing for tracking that. You've gotten enough water, you've gotten enough food, you're in good shape that wise. And I imagine before the sun is even up, Hype, that you're already up and doing your calisthenics.
Yeah. Calisthenics not too hard, right? I am tempted to do a full out workout, but I gotta save my energy. I'm gonna have to carry these guys.
And you will see Mick is up. You'll see Rat Franklin's he's up, getting his bags together as everybody is getting up. You'll see the tavern owner, Missouri, will come over. She has wrapped some roasted meat that's been pounded flat and dried, and she'll hand everybody a couple of rolls of essentially like meat roll-ups that you can gnaw on. She said, "I found some salt, so they're salted."
Thank you. he will slip her. He has no idea how the money goes. So, like, he's got 10 caps. He gives her 4.
He'd like start to hand her the caps. She goes, no. You guys helped us.
Oh. Well, do you need it?
No. You just come back safe and bring back Keiko.
Okay. Thank you. Holds it up, takes a bite, makes like a happy face, even though it's
It
probably,
is
you know.
disgusting. It's
Salt's great for
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
because imagine you've always eaten processed things that have already been almost pre-tuned and processed. This is fibrous and weirdly textured, and it immediately gets in your teeth.
This is very different. I've never had anything quite like it. Thank you. I'll go look for something you can make into a toothpick.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it occurred to me that perhaps I could buy mods for guns because I was like, I've got a good gun, but there are loads of mods in the game, and I have had a look, and I thought the simplest ones to get would be the photon exciter and the beam focuser. And I've taken the appropriate perk to be able to install those. I think I need to make a science roll to install them if I can.
Yes, you do.
It would cost me 50 caps for those total, which I'm
Okay.
happy to just do immediately. And make, I guess, the science roll. See if
Yeah.
I can fit
And I
them
think
overnight.
because you've spent the luck, I'm going to let this go for that. If they have
Thanks.
those.
I was also gonna put it out there for Jason's character that you could buy. I could get you a suppressor as well if you wanted for your gun and fit that.
Sure, I can, take my money if you need it.
Yeah, I'll make the science roll.
Sure.
I make my science roll because I have a 10 in science.
Okay.
And I roll a 9. So I've fitted my my mods to my gun, and I will change that. So that's 50. I've got 7 left, and the suppressor for Jason's gun is 45. Which between that and I will sell some bullets back to him. I'll do that bookkeeping without boring everybody, if that's okay.
I've got 32 caps. Go ahead and take as much as you
I'm
need.
gonna take all of your caps, Jason.
Okay.
But I will sell the bullets to make the difference up, because 10mm bullets go at 2 caps per bullet, basically.
Absolutely. That seems fine. Now I will point out, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
we're going to hand wave this, but the suppressor requires gun nut 2
Ooh,
to
shit,
install,
yeah.
but I'm going to let that go because I think it's fair for the one shot to do that.
It's a shitty suppressor. If we roll a 20, maybe something weird will happen.
Oh yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, Lowell. I got a bit lost looking through all the tables, and then
There are a
lost
lot of
everything,
tables.
and I was like, but this is clearly like you have basic guns and then you mod the hell out of them. It's definitely the Fallout 4 of
Right.
the
We're
RPG
we're not
systems.
even doing the full crafting system, which Rich is going to have to in his home game. So
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I will take care of all of that, and you can add suppressor to your rifle. Cool. Thank you.
So Rat Franklin will come over and checks in on you, Derek, and because he kind of can tell what Cole's about. He's got the guns stuff. He can tell that Fizz and Hype are a little bit like out of their element, but he'll kind of come over to where you're at, Derek, with dog meat, and he's like, you all ready to do this?
It's the wasteland. They helped me. I'm going to help them. Just pay things forward.
Okay.
Plus, got a place to put my head after this is over.
Guys got a settlement, or are you going back to the V word?
They've offered me a place there.
Must be nice. Is that where Paul is hanging his head these days?
Yeah.
Says, look, I'm going to get you there. I'm going to show you the entryway, and I will sit on it as long as I can. In case anybody casual comes by. But you should know that they've got some patrol stuff around there.
Well, Dog Meat here and I can handle that. We'll sense them before they sense us.
Okay. And I think we cut to the four of you gathered up, armed up, heading out of town. Rat Franklin is there, big old wide brim hat to keep the sun off of him. And we get that montage of you crossing the wasteland. We can do that Peter Jackson shot where we see you at his distance and the camera comes swooping in and then around. Then we're in another landscape and it does it again. And then I think we cut to now you've come through some areas that have had some ruins here around. Kind of look, the area we can kind of see from the air maybe was a complex or a set of buildings. Maybe this was a mall around here. Maybe it was like a university campus. It's hard to tell. The one thing I think we definitely see is a reasonably intact American football stadium there. You know, we can kind of see through the bleachers and things like that. And I think that hype fizz, it's the kind of like structure that you would have seen pictures of. And you'll kind of recognize that. And Rat Franklin will kind of stop you. And he will say, so we got to cross over to that. There's a set of vents up in the top of those like seat things on that. And we can climb down into the place to get into there. He says, but they've got some robots around in the area. These little flying fuckers that zip around, keep an eye out for you. And these bigger walking things. So we got to be careful when we move on up there that we don't like alert them. Usually I do this at night, but I knew you wanted to like get here. But I assume you don't want to wait till the cover of darkness to make your way over there. And he kind of looks at you, Hype.
Nope.
So I think I'll suggest that maybe I can move alone going from vantage point to vantage point, and I'll maybe I have like a little piece of glass or something. I'll signal you, by flashing this light, when it's safe to advance, but maybe I'll try to trailblaze a little bit to find a safe way through.
So the way I'd like to do this then is this is going to be sneak with you rolling, kind of doing the lead. And then the others will assist.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to get, a number of successes to get the whole group through. Does that seem fair?
Sure.
Can I just posit that thanks to my lovely new modifications on my plasma rifle, it is now long ranged. So I am definitely, on the bench, as it were, viewing things from the upper seats. I will be Overwatch essentially, right?
Sure. So yeah, I think a picture I see is like I'm advancing. I look ahead, see that it's clear. I signal to them. They move forward, and probably Fizz is also, in that group then with the long range rifle. Sure.
Okay. So Cole, let's have you roll.
Okay.
Your sneak. I believe there's 1 AP left in the pool.
Yeah. This seems well. They're gonna. How many? Do we know how many successes we're gonna need?
Well, there's 4 of you, so 4.
4. Okay, and we're gonna get an assist from each person or just from one other
Each person can roll to assist
All
because
right, so right now
everybody's
I'm
kind of
rolling
doing
2
it.
dice and then 3 more dice. They're gonna do sneak also. You know what? Let's burn that last action point. Let's try to make this work.
Absolutely.
5 plus 9, 14 with 3 dice. I'll do the 2 blues and the purple that are up here in the upper left of the screen. That is 3.
Three successes, I'm believing.
Yeah. So I just need
Derek.
one more from these guys.
Let's have you roll a sneak roll with 1 die.
A sneak roll with 1 die? Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck
Yeah.
on that. My sneak's not good. 2, it's with
2 plus-
agility.
Yeah.
That's agility. Yeah, which is a decent
My
stat for
agility
you.
is 7, so it's total 9, so it's not
Total 9.
impossible. I roll a 9 exactly.
So we've got 4 successes already. Let's have Hype and Fizz roll their 1d20 in case you get extra successes so we can give some action points, or one of you can roll a complication.
Oh, yay. I'm hoping for one, not the other. I'm going to roll the yellow 4 as my
Okay.
d20. Got a 5.
So that's another success. And Fizz,
Oh, that complication, baby.
did you roll a 20 there?
I rolled a 20
Oh,
there.
no. I think
So-
that's fair, yeah.
I think
And
yeah.
part of me is like, do I spend a look to re-roll that, or do I just take the complication and enjoy the complications dramatically? Let's enjoy the complications dramatically.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Save
I
your
think
luck.
you've gotten up to the stadium, kind of moved in on the walkways going up, kind of moving, getting to this upper area bleachers and what might have been the press box that you're kind of heading to, or maybe actually more like the VIP box up there. This isn't so much a vent as it might have been actually like a secret elevator kind of thing. But you're moving up there. Cole, you're kind of watching Derek and Hype, you're moving up. Fizz, you're probably holding back, like you're kind of, now you've got this rifle. It's very cool. You talked about like keeping things at distance, kind of watching stuff. And I think that you are there. You've just kind of started to move up, and you look over like about 10 feet away from you, and you're perfectly still, and you see this floating iBot. It's not that far away from you, but it hasn't caught sight of you, and it's kind of hovering around in the area. What do you do, Fizz?
Hasn't seen me.
Hasn't seen you yet. Do you want to try and stay completely still and let it go by, or do you want to blow it out of the air?
I'm like so tempted to do the thing that you would do in Fallout, which would be to try and hack it. Right, like leap from the bit of rubble that I'm on and onto the back of it, and try and jam my Pip-Boy into the back of its circuit board and roll my science to try and to hack it.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I mean, screw it. It's what I do in the game, right?
Absolutely.
Like if a robot came close enough to me to try and hack without me having to shoot my way towards it, I would definitely give it a try. So why not?
Int plus science, you kind of brace, you wait till it gets a little bit closer to you, and then
leap and like dangling from it almost. I imagine as it like sinks to the ground under my weight. You know, I'm going to take that last action point, guys, because I really want to succeed on this. I think Lowell's already got enough action points.
Sounds fair.
That is one success, but I have a cautious nature, so I may re-roll 1d20 on that. See if I can
Okay.
get 2 successes. And science 3, intelligence. I didn't quite make it. Still only one success.
So one success. So I think your Pip-Boy will hack into this thing, and you'll be able to like put it into like sleep cycle mode for like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're trying to get in, but they've got some different protocols here. But you can get it so it kind of clunk to the ground.
Nuka-Cola, I can't get through this.
And you have a choice. You can like scoot up to where they're at, try to get into this tunnel in, or you can just break this thing before it recycles.
I guess I could just wail on it with my baton until it breaks, right? Like I don't need to necessarily you know what? I know I think that I like frustrated with it, and then I look over and I can see maybe like Hype's face poking out from around the corner looking concerned, right? Like where's Fizz? And I'll just go, and I'll just give it like a kick, ow, and then limp, like limp and run towards them, like swearing under my breath.
And you'll by the time that you get up to the box, now the 5 of you are up there, plus dog meat. Eventually, you'll see that iBot kind of and kind of reset, and then start flying and like continuing its patrol route. Up here, got that glass skybox look that's all shattered out. Things are torn down, but there's still like bar stools, broken monitors, things like that. This would have been a nice place to watch. And Rat will walk you back to the back, and he will prise open this thing very carefully, and you can see that there is this shaft running down. There is a rusted ladder, and a horrible rusty barbed cable dangling there. And he says, okay, climb down here. There are a couple of routes to go. If you go one direction, it'll take you to like the stadium venue, and he kind of describes which direction to go for that. If you go this way, it'll take you to where the storage is at. And there's another way that's like where the living quarters are. There's some other routes, but I haven't tried those. But he'll kind of mark out for you generically how to proceed. I'll stay up here for, let's say, 24 hours. Wait for you.
24 hours.
And then I'm gonna bug out.
I think if we haven't called full time by then that's the right call.
Okay. All right.
There's a ladder or something we have to climb down.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog meat's not going to make that.
In game terms, you can we can hand wave that with you like
Hype can like
lowering
one
him.
arm it down and
Yeah.
carry the dog. He would super do that.
It's not.
Alright.
I mean, this is an Australian cattle dog, not a German Shepherd, so it's a smaller dog.
Yeah, I think that's no problem, and I don't want to penalize you for having to go in on this.
And I totally want to
I was
imagine
fine
like
with that. I was going to have it stay up here and just start barking down the shaft.
It's up to you. Which would you prefer to do? Would you like to take him with you, or would you like to leave him here?
I'll take him with me if I can.
Okay, perfect. I think it makes sense, easy enough to do.
I
Okay.
deeply want Hype one-handed climbing down this
Oh
like,
yeah.
thing with like
I'm
just
into this.
bulging steel cable muscles as he like holds the dog one-handed. Like, yeah.
That sounds great to me. I'm glad folks are into that,
Yeah, you're like a super mutant, but not.
but not.
And we'll see you, the four of you, descend into the depths. Let's take our second break. Let's take 5 here, and we'll start exploring Vault 33. So it is a long way down. You know from your experience, the vaults are down deep. And there are a couple of places that Rat Franklin has described to you where there are like barriers you have to kind of move out of the way, clamber down. We probably see some rad rats in there that will kind of poke up, and then they see dog meat being carried, and then they scurry away. And eventually you will come down at what is effectively a bottom of some kind of venting tunnel or things. All the walls are greasy, are goopy. Everything around here is sticky in this place. And you can see that the ways, this sort of cross corridor, is clearly a back part of the vault that Brett Franklin has described. You can break off in a couple of directions, again, towards the sports area, towards the storage, or towards the living quarters. And then there are a couple of other ways. So kind of poke your heads down, as is the want for when you break into a place like this. Nobody happens to be here at the moment. And you can all quietly drop down in.
Talking out of character for a minute, just to
Yeah.
kind of, is our plan to sneak in, get the part we need and get the prisoners and get out of here hopefully without being seen? Or are we gonna have like a basketball game for it, or talk our way into getting it? What do you guys want to do? Like, what's our plan if we have one?
I think we're here for the electro of it. And Keiko.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Look,
already
slightly
snuck
ashamed.
inside. I think any chance of, we didn't go up to the big door and knock on it, you know. So they're already going to be, who the hell are you and why are you here? So I don't think negotiation is going to work.
Okay, shoot first, talk later.
They play
Let's
basketball.
play
Well,
basketball
I would
last.
rather try not have to shoot anyone, because I don't want to have to shoot everyone in a vault. You know how
Yeah.
big your vault was, and you
If
know
they
how
play
your vault security is. Do
Yeah,
you
they
know
play
what your
basketball. Do you think there's
vault's
any
security
reasoning
is?
with them?
No.
They're madmen.
They're madmen, heathens.
Oh man, yeah.
So here's the question then. Like, the prisoners are either at the stadium or the living quarters areas, probably around there. Probably your best bet to getting towards the technical and engineering side in those places, which surprisingly Hype is probably most familiar with in terms of how to get there, but not how to use them, is actually going through the storage areas, because that's going to be where essentially the back office stuff is. So which way does the group want to go?
Well, I think we split up, right? That's the smart thing to do. So maybe Derek and Fizz can go get the part, and Hype and I can go find the prisoners. And did we end up promising to Rat Franklin that we would find his buddy, or was that sort of like he didn't even care about his buddy really?
That, like, it'd be nice. He'd be happy with that, but he also kind of doesn't give a shit.
Sure.
The reason he's
Wonderful.
called Rat Franklin, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. I think that's when I slip Hype the neurotoxin from that we harvest, and I say like, it was dragons, right? Was the name of your team, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah. Go Dragons.
Hold my hand out to the center for everybody to like. Of course, yeah. Fizz knows. Like, hey, break.
We'll figure it out.
It might be smarter though, actually, to flip that. Maybe it's Fizz and I, because then I could fight and then Fizz can do, and, although wait, let me
Oh,
think.
that's
No, wait, Hype needs to go find Keiko for sure. Derek definitely needs to go find the part. So maybe I go with Derek. Although I like having one of the vault people with one of the.
I think it's smart
wastelanders.
to split the vault folks up in the vault.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
of
think
course,
that-
Hype would want to go with Fizz because he has, he's crushing on her. But Rich thinks it's good to split up the.
Yeah, and
So I'm
I
he-
think that Fizz
yeah.
is going to just, like, hug Hype before we go, and just whisper in his ear, "Good luck
Good luck, Fizz. Be careful.
for Electrovic."
Yeah,
So I-
also if we each group has someone from 44 with us, maybe they can give a vault dweller secret handshake or something, and they won't quite shoot us immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think the original split is the best split.
Yeah, I think so.
So Fizz and Derek. Writing this down, so I have it.
And dog meat.
Fizz and Derek and dog meat. And then Hype and Cole. All right. So let's start with Fizz and Derek. Making your way along, trying to keep out of sight of people, traversing the areas here. And I think as you're going along, two of you find yourself in a storage room that Fizz, you'll recognize as a bottling deposit room. And you will see there are stacks of Electrovic here in flavors that you've never seen. What's one flavor here that you've never seen at your place?
I think, right? And it's one of the legends have told was like one of the most popular of the Electrovic flavors, but somehow it didn't make it down. Like I think we lost our consignment of it early on. It's grape.
Yeah.
Like the fabled flavor.
Yeah, grape, a deep, rich purple hue, kind of catches the light, glints through it. And yeah, they've got a lot of that, and some others that look experimental. What do you do, Fizz?
Stay on target. Stay on target. Like for just a taste. Just a taste. Well, we'll have to come back. We have to come back this way, right, Derek? Yeah. Okay. Well, when we come back, we need to grab as much of the purple stuff as possible. And maybe some of that bright, like, is it, silver stuff? And the one with the gold flexing? Yeah.
The Goldschlager sports drink, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the gold foil and the needless gold foil that provides nothing at all. Yeah.
And Derek, like, what is it that how are you bringing your skills to bear as you're traversing this, trying to find your way to this engineering section and so on? What do we see of that?
I'm mainly staying on high alert, looking around. I'm checking out any machinery or anything we pass by. I'm also listening for, we're in a vault. There's probably, it's probably easy to hear footsteps coming.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's have you roll perception plus science here, I think is appropriate.
okay, perception is 7, science is 3, and I get an advantage from dog meat for
Reduces difficulty.
Yep. Rolling these 2 pink ones here,
Okay.
and I get a That's one success, a 3 and a 16.
3 and a 16. Is science one of your tag skills?
Science is my tag skill, and wait, I actually have my lab coat on, which means I can re-roll that 16.
Yeah.
And it's still a 16.
Okay. But the 3 that you rolled, because that's a tag skill and because that's a number that's equal or less than your tag skill, you get 2 successes. So more than enough
Okay.
for you to kind of find your way through. And we'll kind of cut to you and Fizz coming into an area where there's a catwalk and multiple levels, and we can see the interior engine and machinery, and we see people in there working on the machines, and you can see the bottling machine there. You know, all the things are moving on conveyor belts, sort of Rube Goldberg style, and going down and getting filled in and things. And all of this just stacked in there. But there are people in there. We'll come back to you two in a moment. So Cole and Hype, are you making your way to the stadium area, the sports area down here, or to the living quarters area? Which do you think is going to be your direction here?
I'm thinking I would suggest we go through the living quarters because secretly I'm looking around for any evidence of this Inquisitor.
I think Hype would listen, because if they're practicing or if they're playing, at least in our vault, the whole vault's rocking, right? It's unmistakable. So if he doesn't get the vibe, the feeling that they are playing, then Cole's right. We'll go that way.
Okay.
Maybe we go to the sound of a dribbling basketball. You know, maybe there's a gym in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think that as you move along here, I think you can definitely tell that towards the direction of the stadium, you are hearing that you know, the squeak of shoes in the distance and the vibration, and that's clearly something is going on there. I think you're hearing noise from the living quarters, but a different thing. I think that you would recognize Hype as like workout and practice and things like that. People doing physicals or running sets and reps and all of that kind of thing. So which way?
Have we seen any of the tall men yet? Are they just like really tall people, or are
Yeah,
they like
I
super
think
mutants, or
there is this moment when you're kind of waiting and you see some people go past, and Hype, there are some tall people at your place. And for some of the sports, height is an advantage, but it's not overall. You know, it's more physical strength and form and that balance. Everyone here is absurdly tall. You haven't seen a single person here walking around. You see the vault, people moving around, that is less than 6 feet tall.
Gross.
Yeah. There are a lot of big gangly guys walking around, and women.
Okay, less gross, but still bad.
So which way? Towards the gym?
They're practicing, Cole. And if they're practicing, then they're probably getting the new recruits ready. Don't you think?
yeah, I think you're right. Let's see if we can go this way and get an eye on Find Your Sister. And also Rat Franklin's friend, who is unnamed.
Yeah, and I think it is appropriate in the fiction that he never told you the name of his pal.
Exactly.
Yeah, some friend.
So we'll see you two kind of moving along these corridors. And you see, and you recognize it because of your book, Hype. You'll see lots of pictures of basketball players. You'll see, you know, all kinds of stuff. And the thing that bothers you the most is you can see as you're moving along they've got these team banners, right? And you look and you see that one of the teams is the Dragons, and they use the same logo as you.
What?
The banner is just hanging there, mocking you out in the open.
Can I steal it? I want to steal it. Cole, I want to take that banner. They shouldn't have that banner.
We don't have time for that. We gotta find your sister.
Back for you, banner.
Kind of.
But I'm probably not looking at him. So if he wants to grab it, he certainly could. I'm probably like checking around the corner or something, right?
Hype, you want to grab the banner?
I want to grab the banner. It's
Okay.
a terrible idea, but
Then just
You'd
roll me a
understand.
d20.
oh god. I'll re-roll the 11, the purple 11 at the
Okay.
top left. That is a 13.
Okay. It is not a 20, which would have been the point at which I could have caused a complication there. I think you grab it, pull it down, shove it into get in your bag. And the two of you will move.
Ooh, I think like he throws a tomahawk up, they like clip it and then catches it and then pulls it down. Sorry, I just
Nice.
want to use my tomahawk. Here we go.
We see the two of you make your way, and there are multiple sets of gymnasiums as are in your vault. They're reconfigurable, and you can see as you come into this first gym, you will see that there's kind of the upper balcony bleachers, and there are several, looks like Vault 33 people there. A couple of them have guns. It doesn't look like standard guns to you. I think, Cole, you have enough knowledge to know these essentially are tranquilizer guns. And you can see that down in the gym area, they've got this kind of obstacle maze. And there are these people, and they're running from one end to the other of this maze, clearly trying to get from one end to the other as fast as they can, and like trying to hit the buzzer. And it looks like they're making them run this maze, running them and exhausting them. And I think in and amongst the people running there, and probably the person who is like would be at the lead, but she's trying to help this other guy, and kind of like he's clearly twisted his leg, and so she's lagging at the end. And you will see at one point, like clearly one person is like really straggling behind, and everybody else has kind of gotten to the buzzer, and he can't make it, and he's kind of grabbing his side, and you'll hear a and then there'll be a poof, and one of the guys will fire one of these guns and drop him, and you'll hear reset, next round, next drill.
So I think I'm gonna whisper to Hype. I'll be like, look, I'm gonna sneak over to the, like the power panel or whatever for this room. I'm gonna turn off all the power. And it's gonna get really dark. That'll be your chance to get in there and get your sister and her fiance, and we can
Okay.
get out of here
Okay.
in the
Way to go.
confusion.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to cut back to Fizz and Derek. You're out in there. This is the room with the bottling plant, with the at the heart of this is the piece that you need to get, but there are a lot of people around. So Derek, Fizz, what do you want to do?
So many of them. I wonder if we could get down to the reactor, maybe we could draw some of them away.
Well, the reactor was in response to something else, but
Oh, I know. But
no, I'm just speculating. If we can get all the way down to the reactor and just kill all the power down here.
yeah, which would open up if we could set the reactor into meltdown and wipe this heathen bastion of basketball off the face of the world and consign it to ashes like it should have been.
Of course, they all have Pip Boys, so they all have flashlights.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
so
um,
two
so
ways of
we're
doing
up
this.
on like the third level of this, you said?
You're up on like a catwalk, and
Uh-huh.
you can see down onto the floor of this bottling and food prep, and you know, this probably connects up to the hydroponics and you know, probably the food prep areas and things here, this particular section.
Mm-hmm. But we are in the more industrial area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the general vicinity of a power plant. Yes, you know how these things are laid out. Can we get there from here?
I mean, I'm imagining that Vault 44 is an eerie mirror of Vault 33, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah,
Like,
there's it's like it's taking you a while to realize, because they've redecorated and everything is very differently like colored and stuff, but it is very much like your
the
vault.
weirdest thing is that they seem to have put rubber in on every door frame for some reason. I don't know why. So I think taking the bit that we need is definitely a big, because it would grind this production line to a halt, right? Like when we take the thing that we need.
Well, we got three people. We got multiple people below us. We could try to set off an alarm, like a fire alarm, and see if that gets them out briefly long enough for us to grab the piece, but then they'll immediately all be on alert.
How feasible is the idea of making it to the reactor and
if we make it to the
something
reactor
catastrophic?
and don't shut it down, but just somehow cause it to overload, they may all go to safety stations of some kind, you know, go into their quarters so they'd be safe from any radiation release, and may give us fewer people to have to get by.
Well, let me answer your question that you asked there, Will. How feasible is it?
Yeah.
So, as you know, the reactor is like, that's at the dead center of a vault. Like that's the most important and guarded place, because it is important. More likely, more accessible are, I think, as Derek has suggested, there are power junctions
with fusion cores and stuff,
you know, for each of the sections with batteries and things like that. There is a possibility of dropping the power for a section from up here, but getting into the vault is a little more elaborate. It certainly has potentially wider ranging consequences, but it is much more difficult.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I need to detach from the player who hears murder, torture, slavers, and thinks, let's burn it off the face of the earth quickly, to the character who's probably more like, let's get the chip and get out of here. Let's go with
the only thing is,
power
the
plant.
minute if we disrupt the machinery here, just grab the chip and then head back for the exit. If we can get out fast enough while they start looking for us, that might give the other team a distraction.
Oh, I don't think we shut it down. I think we send it into overload and we threaten their food production line entirely.
Hey, wait a minute. You people have your Pip Boys can talk to each other, right?
Only at close range.
Okay. So we can't communicate with them and coordinate with them.
No, I mean, it's just because it's only like radio, really, isn't there, in the Fallout world? So they never got to the point of developing instant messenger. So,
well, like I said, I didn't know how. I'm not from a vault. I don't know how those work. So, okay. Well, let's try that then. Let me see if I can overload or set a fire alarm or something up here that may get them to leave the area while a repair team comes in or something like that. I'm trying to get the people here to leave.
Yeah, so, and I've got my vault jumpsuit on
Mhm.
with my vault security armor on top of it.
Okay.
Would my vault security armor have vaults 33 labeled across it? I'm wondering.
I think you can cover that up, but I think there's
Yeah.
a chance that it will get exposed.
Yeah. Because I think that the play here is Derek messes with the power.
Okay.
And then I go into that area to grab the thing in my vault security armor with my vault background, with whatever, right? And if there is anybody left behind, I try and bluff my way through to grab the chip. And I'm the person who can get by on appearance, basically, right?
All
Like
right.
at a
Yeah,
glance. They'll spot you in a
they
second.
will instantly recognize that I don't belong.
Yeah. So like, and
They
I've
will
also got the
not,
skills
they
to get
might take
that.
a second to realize that
Yeah.
doesn't say 33.
Okay.
So I think that's our play, right? You
Sure.
sabotage the power, I go in and grab the chip.
So
Okay.
let's look at the mechanical roles here.
Mhm.
So I think first of all, we're going to have a stealth check to put people into position. The two of you are moving around now. This is a more populated area, so it could be one person rolling and the other person helping to do that. I think this is our sort of moving around the Death Star kind of moment here,
Yes.
going from corner to corner.
Yeah. I think that it is Derek sneaking and me assisting in that case.
Okay. So that's sneak plus agility for Derek, and for you, Derek, you're rolling 2d10, 2d20.
Yep.
And Fizz, you're rolling 1.
I'm rolling these 2 green ones I just lit up.
Okay.
That is not good.
Okay.
It's not good either because I only have a 6.
I have 1 AP I held back earlier.
Yep.
What does that let me do?
You would have had to have spent that to get yourself an extra die.
Okay, so I can't use it now.
You
Right.
could spend a luck now.
I can spend a luck now.
Mhm.
What does luck let me do?
Luck lets you
Reroll.
reroll.
It gives me I am going to spend a luck because this is 7 and an 8. That's 2 successes.
7 and 8. So, two of you are moving down into position, getting yourselves set there so that you can disable the power. Hype, Cole, what do you want to do?
Waiting for Cole to flip the lights. Because Rich didn't think of it, but it was a really good point. He would mention the pictures have flashlights on them, so we won't have much time.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think the plan is for, me spotting a breaker, panel or whatever, and trying to sneak over to it and turn off all the lights. And he's going to run in and grab his sister and his, the fiance.
Okay. Let us do this. Jason,
Mhm.
please go ahead. And what is your science or repair plus intelligence?
That would just be intelligence, which is 6.
Okay. Then let's have you roll that.
How many successes am I going to need?
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. You're going to need, I'm going to spend my action points, 4 successes.
All right. Well, I'll get the 1 die I can buy with our AP. I'll give you 2 more, and then I'll go right up to 3. That'll give you 2 extra dice. So I'm up to 3 dice. I need a 6 or less.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do all the purple dice and one of the blue ones. Let's see, is there anything else I can do here to help? Can't think of anything. Okay, so I need a 6 or less on these 4 dice. Look at that. That's
1, 2,
3.
3 successes.
I'll spend a luck. to try to roll those other 2 dice.
Oh, down to 2 luck, man.
Yeah. So I'll roll the 12 and the 7, try to get
Okay.
something here. Oh, nothing. Just short. Three successes.
All right. So I'm going to now hype to narrate some
Yeah.
stuff for you. I'm going to spend all the rest of my GMAP and I'm going to hard frame something here for us. Hype. Cole has gone over to get the power thing, but he's having a problem. You've moved down into position there, kind of getting yourself ready to kind of like drop over the ledge to get in there and get out, right? Like trying to be cautious, careful. And I think that you will see these guards pop out by where Cole is at. And you kind of look over there, and I think that's when the spotlight from the ceiling kind of comes down and hits you. And you will hear this voice and see from like up at the top of the walkway down into this stadium area, you will see this, hear this figure, and you will hear, baseball players, welcome, welcome. We've been expecting you. Now you will compete in our Olympians. And that's where we're going to leave off today. We have a Squid Game scenario in play for next time. I have spent all my GMAP. Right now, Fizz and Derek are in place, so they can help out, but I think they will hear that over the loudspeaker. But we will coordinate that for next time. Does that sound okay? Everybody may level up.
I'm so frustrated with my level up because I'm like 1 point in any of the key stats from taking like some of the cool ones, and the stat that I have leveled up the most, perception, is not like has the least perks off it. But yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's one of those things. It looks like maybe they haven't looked at like stats to perks balance and stuff. I expect that we'll see expansion books that will have new perks though.
Agility and look are the ones that give you the most, I think, from the looks of things.
Are we out now? Or for the recording?
I haven't finished recording, but I do want to do stars and wishes though, if I may.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I start with, let me go here. Can I start with you, Hype? Stars and then particularly wishes?
Sure. Stars going into a vault. Your GM instinct of like, I framed a scene where my guy's not interacting with anyone and you had someone come out and interact with him. I appreciate that. I don't know. I felt a little stuck, like Hype's super focused on thing. And so I appreciate that. You saved me from just a simple narration of no interaction. So thank you. Really enjoyed the crew sneaking into a vault. That was a really, really fun scene, and the idea of it. And I had some like flashbacks to various gyms I've been in my earlier life, and so that was really, really fun. Wishes, I'm so glad we didn't run in killing a bunch of people so that a basketball match makes sense. I personally, as a player, was making choices to like, I'm not throwing a bunch of baseball grenades on people because of this possibility, and I'm very hyped for it, and also scared we're doomed. We're gonna have to cheat. So yeah, that's my wish, is that we, even if it's Thunderdome meets basketball, a little like nod towards it for a few moments sounds good, but it doesn't have to be the whole set. It's like, that's not really what Fallout's all about. But
right.
last star, the Celts, very clever. Lowell, I see you, and it's good. Very, very big fan.
I will point out that 33 is Larry Bird's number.
Yes. In fact, when you said there are pictures of, I was imagining Larry Bird in like a huge picture of Larry Bird and like Robert Parrish and a few other of the old Boston Celtics who are not called Celts for some reason. But yeah. Anyway, just really enjoying this. So thank you.
Cole.
Yeah, stars. I like to see Fizz have the big like whole like trading and bargaining session. That was fun. I know you were looking forward to that. And Hype being, really gun-ho about, getting to your sister, that, increased the stakes, created a little bit more excitement, finally getting to her. I liked, Dog Meat's little moments in our story, especially like try to like that moment of like, how are we going to get Dog Meat down through this shaft, I guess. And I like Lowell. I like how we touched on a lot of very, genre appropriate settings and scenes, but like we didn't get bogged down in any of them. Like we would have, those key moments, we'd get a good taste of like what that would be like or what we want out of that, and then we would move on to something else. So the pacing is really nice. In terms of wishes, I think it's probably pretty clear. I think we telegraphed it, but I definitely want to have a showdown with the Inquisitor.
Absolutely. We will absolutely get a gun battle fight between you and him. Fizz.
Stars, because I really enjoyed all of New Fee and the settlements, and I enjoyed how we were big damn heroes. That was one of my wishes. We were big damn heroes. Derek and Dogmeat sniff people out. Hype shifted the stuff. Cole kind of just stood around, but that fits with the sort of like grizzled wastelander character, frankly.
Mhm.
It was great, and I loved doing the bartering. Sorry for the amount of time it takes looking up pages and tables and everything, right, guys? But like, I did actually enjoy that part of it as well deeply. I just wish it was more conveniently
Mhm.
accessible to look at, right? Because there's no reason I have to spend so long looking that stuff up.
It's something that could really do with an app, like
Yeah.
a good indexable app.
I mean, to be honest, if they just put all the tables in one place,
Mhm.
or like had a handout with all the tables in, like that would fix it entirely. Because as it is, I have to look at the description to see whether the description has extra information than the thing. But let's not go into a detail of sorry. But and the tall men and being big damn heroes and like I don't know if you remember from the Delta Green thing, but like show me like people being treated like animals or whatever, right? And my instinct is let's murder all of these people.
Yes.
Burn it down, right? And part of me is like, "Ugh, I kind of want to just start shooting people in here, but also let's not escalate. Wishes. I mean, I wouldn't be against shooting my way out of the vault. If I think about my Fallout experience, it's probably not something that's modeled in the RPG, but it is 100% every situation boils down to me ultimately killing my way out of any situation and having a skewed enough ideology that it makes sense. They're all basketball players. That's rational enough for a person in the Fallout universe, frankly.
Mhm.
But big damn heroes again. And I would like to give Mr. Longman some time to shine here in this fall, getting his hands into some gubbins, because I feel that is one aspect that we haven't explored quite so far because we've not been in technological environments. So
Yeah, I'm really hoping to have a chance to let you guys fuck around with stuff while other things are kind of getting set up. That's why I'm glad we kind of kept you separated so that we can have you either joining up or doing stuff to modify and such. I think that'll be good. And Derek.
Well, again, like Fix said, we were big damn heroes. We get to come in and save the ravaged settlement. Always in the Fallout mode. I personally liked when Mick came up and talked to me at the end there, basically saying kind of the what are you really doing here type thing, and get to do how I picture a wastelander would be doing it. He's in the wasteland. You survive by paying it forward, and he's got a chance for a place to rest his head at night. a safe place. And I think that's what, especially for him, because he left his former settlement
Mhm.
because of the way they treated him there. So that really let him play into that. I really liked Hype getting to the chance to rescue his sister, because, you know, that makes it, yeah, we were going to help the settlement, but this makes it personal. You know, it's, you know, we've got personal involvement in this. And really, thanks for letting me bring dog meat down with me. As for wishes, yeah, I just hope we can get out of this without having to slaughter everyone in the vault. But I don't think we can leave until we're sure that they're not just going to send another raider team out after Micah. Not Micah, Newfie.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just can't do that. I can't do it as a wastelander. So
I think that's fair. All right. Good stuff. I'm looking forward to the conclusion next week. I am going to stop the recording.